Hello, welcome to Sex Battle. It's your host, Jacob. Hey, tonight's show, we're going to get into some things, talk about some things. If you want to join us, all you got to do is call 760-569-7676. That's 760-569-7676. Enter the code 200446. Hit the pound key. That'll bring you into the conference room where we are. We do this every Wednesday night around 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes 11:30, 12. It all depends. Anyway, tonight we talking about starting over. I'm going to let y'all know what I'm talking about now. When I say starting over, I'm talking about when is the best time? When is it time for you to start again? As far as relationships goes, dating goes, some people have took a time out for sex. Some people take time out and say, I'm not doing anything with anybody for any reason for a period of time. And that's up to that person. But the clarity is, every once in a while, you might miss a good thing if you ain't got your eyes open. So that's what we're talking about tonight. When is the best time to jump back in the dating game or the sex game, or you can go all kind of ways with this subject. Got a lot of people in here. I ain't calling y'all out one by one. So y'all can start whenever you want.
Tonight playing the role of El Cibernetico. Red.
Oh, God. Yeah. Shout out to Joe. Before I do that, now that you brought that up, shout out to Joe. He's in Mexico enjoying, I guess he's doing a vacation and whatever. Shout out to you. I know you probably will listen to this later on. I hit him up today on Facebook. He said he's enjoying himself, so yeah, shout out. Well, he was on his way, headed to Mexico. He hadn't actually left yet. So, shout out to him. Also, I don't know if you're aware, Sex Battle viewers, you probably are. We had some controversial situations going on last week. I actually did a video, and y'all know I do not do videos on Sex Battle stage. I don't. I think I'm going to start because I like doing that video, so I think I'm going to start doing them on there. But that was the first video of me I've ever posted on the page. The reason for the posting of the page, some of y'all might not know, last week we had a controversial issue. We had special guest Present Wives Group, or Wifey's Group, in our midst. Love the group. Much love to everybody in the group. Much love to Netta, the head of the group. She brought this to us, and we conversed about it. There are a few rotten apples in every single group. Shit, we got them in the WCC. There's a bunch of them in the WCC. And as you can tell, 9 times out of 10, they don't pop up too often on our shows because they might get blasted.
Exactly.
Last week, we had no one in the conference room controlling the call at the time all of this went on. So it was perfect timing for them to come out of their face and say whatever they wanted to say, how they felt about Netta, how they felt about me, how they felt about Christine Bringett, CEO of WCC, who, shit, I mean, he's been building this group forever and a day. It's huge. It's got so many members. How they felt about Red. Yeah, your name came up. How they felt about Dolan. Yeah, they talked about Dolan. Yeah. They talked about some of everybody. But they like fresh. But that's another subject.
But
anyway,
but hey, I only want to say one thing about that. I don't give a damn what nobody says about me because, like I said before, they talked about Jesus Christ and they can kiss my ass.
Oh, there you go. Okay, now back to the show. I just wanted to get that out there. I did an apology to the group, to the fans of WCC Live. I think I posted that in WCC too. Also on my page, I posted it because I know I have some fans that are friends with me that might not be in sex battles, so they go and see what's going on my page, when the conference is going on, what the shows is about. Reason being, I usually post about the shows earlier in the week. I couldn't do it. I've been kind of under the weather. I'm there now. If you hear me coughing, charge it to the game. I love doing the show. That's why I'm here. So we're talking about starting over. When is the best time? What should you do to start over? Is there time that you should pull yourself out of the quote-unquote game of dating, love life, whatever that is? That's what we're talking about tonight. I know we got ladies in here. I know we got guys in here. I know we finna fight. So, Red, since you were talking, why don't you start us off? What do you do?
No. Let the ladies go first. I
think he's scared. Ladies, I think he's scared. Don't y'all think he's scared? I'm just saying. And that was Queen.
I'll start off. But anyway, with the start over, I mean, there was a period of time where I had got out of bad relationships, and I stuck to myself. I was basically like, fuck love, fuck relationship, because it ain't doing me no good, especially after I got fucked over by somebody that I trusted that was supposed to be my bro, and he fucked my girl.
Wow.
Yeah. Y'all hear that, ladies? Y'all think we don't go through shit like that. We do. We go through stuff y'all do. Females ain't the only ones they go after. They supposedly homegirls, dudes. Niggas do that shit too. Dudes do that shit too. And shit grimy. Wow. So you've been out of the game for how long before you went back in?
Man, I didn't start back to last year. Honestly, last year was my first year getting back into the game.
And how long was it? I'm still trying to figure out how long did it take for you to say, shit, fuck this, I'm gonna shake it off. I'm getting back out here.
This happened back in 2007.
Wow.
So I didn't really have nothing serious. I mean, I had dated, but it wasn't nothing serious because I wouldn't let myself get too serious with nobody because of what I've been through. But I didn't get serious until last year, until I actually fell in love with somebody last year, and you know, she's the only person I've ever been truly in love with to this day.
Oh,
wow.
And when she find out somebody that makes you feel that way, is you know what I'm saying, she just unlocked that door, because then I had shut the door. I locked that motherfucker. I destroyed the key. I had walls up. I was just cold.
So you had to build another door then. That's what you're saying.
Basically, yeah. I mean, she got me to open up to things that I had never, ever talked to anybody about.
Wow. Who else is here? Somebody else. Experience.
It's me, Queen B. I after my son's father went to prison, and I was 7 months pregnant when he went to prison. And it's been 4 years. My son is going on 5 in February. And I haven't been with a man at all, completely. And I just felt like I was tired of being hurt, and I didn't want to find myself rushing or craving affection and love because I was lacking it, and I really wanted somebody in my life. So I said I was going to take the time out to just do me and be with myself and spend time with my son and be everything I can be to my son. And it's just now I'm getting to the stage where I'm actually, for the last for the last year, I've started trying to talk to people. My attitude still stinks a little bit, but it just recently started. It's been about 4, going on 5 years for me.
Wow, y'all make me feel like shit. Like my little years ain't shit. I thought I was doing something. Who else is in here? I think I heard Jamie in here. Jamie,
yes, I'm here. I am.
Have you ever been in that situation?
I was when I went through my divorce.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been divorced, and I was like that for a couple of years before, I met my husband. Well, I didn't meet him before I got back in contact with my husband now.
Mhm.
But, that whole situation, was a whole other show. So I haven't been with anybody, for 4.5 years. Because I married him while he's in there.
Wow. Okay. And y'all met? How did you meet him?
I knew him before he went in. I knew him as a teenager.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. That's what's up. Hey. It is what it is. It takes love comes from all kinds of people.
Oh, yeah. I had no intentions of ever remarrying or anything.
Yeah, that takes consideration, too. Especially to marry someone. It's going to be a minute. I'm just letting you know right now. Listen, if you're listening to me, it's going to be a minute before I get married again. So
that's what I said.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, okay, let me let everybody else get in here. Who else is there? Don't be shy. Hello, I see you.
Is it just the three of us?
No, there's more people in here. They're just shy. All right, now, me personally, I know Netta said she's coming back, so Netta will be back in a bit. Me personally took a minute because, like Red said, so much stuff was going on. My personal experience, I think, and I still don't know to this day if it's true or not, but I got a feeling that my wife, quote unquote, yeah, I said wife, we still legally married, stepped out on me way before we separated. And the reason I feel that way is because it was just way too easy for her to find or get with somebody right after the gate. Actually leave Alabama, go to Pennsylvania, and call me within a week with the dude on the phone. Like, wow. It didn't take that long, huh? At the same time.
If you feel it, you're correct.
Huh?
Usually if you have that feeling, you're correct.
I mean, I was kind of blinded by the fact I ain't pay attention. She kept throwing stuff at me, saying I was doing stuff when I wasn't. And turns out she was the one doing all of it. So I was like, whoa, okay, well, but you learn from all experiences. I don't feel like all women are like that. I don't. I know there's a lot of dudes that feel when they get in a relationship and they get dogged out, damn, women ain't no good, woo, 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 woo. Vice versa, same with women. I've never had that. I've never felt like that. Me personally, that's just me. I never felt like that. I just think and Monique didn't put me on blast so many nights. I don't even know if I should talk about her right now. But Monique feels that I'm still personally going through some things, and that's why I ain't stepped out into the deck yet. What she doesn't know is I might be headed that way in a minute. I thought we would hear from her tonight, but apparently, since Joe is not around, You could tell I said that bestie queen. Ooh.
I texted. I was telling her to come more and she didn't respond.
Uh-oh, she might be asleep then. Yeah. Ron, you still in here?
Yeah, actually, I just realized I had my phone on mute because I had to put my kid to bed, so.
Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Really? That's an excuse you used in the night? Really?
When you're a husband and a father, you're pretty much.
I'm just joking.
Oh, I know. I was actually listening to you, and the sad part is what you just said is actually the exact way it happened with me, and my mom actually called them on it. My mom actually said it first. She was saying if basically if there was man or woman, if they're dating you and they sit here and they accuse you all the damn time, they're the ones and they're trying to feel better about it. And the worst part was that with my first wife, it hit too fucking far below the belt. And this was since 2013, so this was about 7 years ago. And she literally, my mom's words resonated in me, and she said flat out, literally, that if she's the one saying it, she's the one doing it, you might want to go find that out. So I went into this restaurant that my sister worked at that we always go into, and one of my close friends there put me out to the side. Is like, okay, I can't sit here and watch you sit here and literally throw yourself over, make yourself feel like shit. Your wife is cheating on you right now, and it's with somebody that we all know. I'm like, you guys are fucking crazy. No, this can't be true. My wife loves me. But then they sit here and they're like, let's go for a drive. So I get in the car with them. They take me over to a familiar place because it was my best friend's house. I've literally been over here. We've partied over here so many damn times. They take me pretty much up to the front doorstep, and we look through, and they said, just don't say anything, just look. That's all they said. So I looked through the window, and sure enough, the two were literally going in on the fucking couch.
Damn.
And that
feeling when you seen that, like,
I mean, it was my wife and my best friend of 7 fucking years at the time, and the first thought in my head is, I want to jump through that fucking, I want to kick down this door and throw them both through the fucking window and curb stomp them right there in the streets.
Wow.
And it was kind of like, I went through all those shit-ass relationships where I thought, yeah, I'm in love. Yes, this is love. Yes, this is love. Yes, this is love. And it didn't even hit me that I was completely in love until I met my wife. And we're talking about 4 years ago when I met her. So I gave myself a lot of fucking time to just simmer and go through a bunch of guppies before I actually sat here and found that one perfect catch. And my wife now is pretty much just that. She's gone through a lot of shit with me. She put up with a lot of my shit, and the only thing that goes through my head every day is when she sits there and accuses me of it, I know she's not doing it. I believe it in my heart. So when I have family coming up to try to tell me this, I'm like, you don't know her. She wouldn't do that. If anybody's gonna be doing that shit, it would have been me. But it's like she makes me this better person. She makes me feel alive, and the only thing I can do right now at this point is just be thankful that I went up those steps. I stood there on that porch. I peeked through that window and I saw this shit, and I didn't just react the way I wanted to react. Because now that ex-wife is going through the same shit I'm going through. She's literally, her husband's been cheating on her for 6 months, and she don't even know shit about it.
Wow.
Karma and payback, both for a bitch, and you marry them a few times.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn. Wow. Who else is here? 'Cause, wow. Queen sounds like she wants to say something.
I didn't say that. I agree. That is so true. I believe in karma. What comes around goes on.
Karma.
I don't do revenge, because even if you seek revenge, karma's gonna come back around on you. You're not supposed to be the one that give it back. So I believe everybody get what they deserve eventually. It comes
Yep.
around.
Yeah. When this shit happened to me, I didn't do nothing but let both of them know, fuck you both, and I ain't got shit to do with neither one of y'all. I let them know, hey, I ain't gonna do shit to you. God can handle it for me.
Oh, that's right.
And walked out the door.
Netta, I see you're back. Welcome to the show. I know you've been listening. Jump in on this conversation, man.
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, you good.
Well, I say if I don't know, all of y'all are better than me because karma and all that be damned. Or if I was to see something like that, whew, Lord, it'd be all bad. And unfortunately, I'm not saying that's right or whatever, but it just is what it is. I'm a person who's like, takes a lot, but when there's certain things that you don't mess with, that's my kids and my man, and whew, it could be all
so
bad.
when you said that just now, I thought you saying, shit, fuck that, I'm karma. And then the image of karma from the WWE popped in my head, and I was like, oh, shit.
You know what, though? Hey, don't get me wrong. I wanted to whoop ass, but it wouldn't have done me no good because I was still going to be hurt.
Yeah.
I was still going to have a broken heart no matter what because that fucked up 2 relationships that I had.
That's fine, but here's what it is, right? See, I'm going to, every time.
You'd have felt better.
It's gonna be all bad. Like when your car breaks down or catches fire, just know for the rest of your life that was me. You feel me?
Thanks, wow. I appreciate that.
You trip and fall. Know that I put the banana peel up under your feet. Remember that.
Wow. I don't care
if
that fucking happened. That shit actually fucking happened today. So now I know who did it. Fucking banana peels. Oh, banana peels. I'm flipping up banana peels like a fucking cartoon.
Well, in that case, what was you doing with my man that got you a banana peel?
Oh. Oh, no comment.
Don't you know the rules? Whatever happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas.
Oh, God, no.
What did you say?
God, no.
Something else. Wow. This is a totally complete show. Yo, welcome to Sexy Battle. I'm your host, Jacob. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Go ahead.
No, we talking about jumping back in the saddle. When is the best time? When is it time for you to get out there and do what you're supposed to do? The number to call is 760-569-7676. 760-569-7676. Make sure you enter the code 200446. Press the pound key, and that'll bring you into the conference. If you don't hit press the pound key, you won't hear anything. You probably just hear silence. Anybody ever did that? I don't know.
Yeah.
It hangs up.
Oh, it hangs up on you. So if you don't enter the code, access is denied. That's something Chris would say. Anyway.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Karma. Speaking of karma. Has there been a situation? Oh, go ahead. Your karma what?
I got a list. Forget about karma. Me and my man have a list. Like it's our inside joke. Like someone does us dirty. Hey, put them on the list. I remember the list.
Like a hit list.
What? Hit list. Wow. You heard it here first. Her name is Nell. You can find her on Facebook. Let me stop, man. No, for real though.
Luckily, that's my incognito name. I just feel like I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
No comment. Nope.
Like me personally, I've been going through a cycle for some reason. It's like, okay, let me explain it to you. This is my cycle. And don't use this against me because I'm sharing this openly because I love sex battles. All right, check this out. So I go out on a date with somebody. Everything is good. It's all lovely. Next thing I know, I come to find out the person is mentally insane and got some issues going on inside
I'm saying be thankful, and I'm like, because you could have found out she was a man. You could have found out she was a man. Be thankful.
Okay. Since you brought that up,
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to your boy, DJ Gator, a.k.a. Jacob. Do not, I repeat, and Monique been telling me this for a minute, and I've been catching her off or whatnot, stop online dating. What? Okay, I'll tell you what happened to me. All right, so, yeah, Netta, you brought this shit up. Actually, I wasn't online. I was actually, y'all know about these phone services where you can call in your city and you can talk to everybody that's around the surrounding area, and y'all kick it in the little chat rooms, or you can leave a message on the board. People hit you back with a message, all this kind of stuff. So I went in there and I said, yo, let me check this out. I was in Minnesota. I went in there and I said, okay, cool. What's good? What's popping? What's going on? It's your boy Gator. What's happening? Let's see what's going on with y'all. I got hit back. So I had a conversation with this person for a minute. Everything was flowing. Well, you know, we exchanged numbers. So, okay, yeah, hit me up. Yeah, okay, I'm going to hit you up. You hit me up. All right, we'll do that. So a couple weeks went by, you know, and everything, and I was like, hey, no, you know what? Let's just meet. Let's meet up. Okay? Yeah, let's meet up. So, all right, first of all, in Minnesota, they're changing it now, but back when I was there in the Twin Cities, there's only certain places that the buses will run, and the train only went from downtown to, like, I forget where exactly. I think it just ran downtown. There was one street it ran down. But from what I'm hearing now, they have access to all kind of stuff and then whatever. So I called the bus station. I didn't have a car at the time. I said, yo, this is where I'm at right here, and I need to get to this point. What do I do to get here? So they told me exactly what to do. Long story short, by the time I got to where she was at, it took me 4 buses, the train, and I had to walk like 3 blocks. You talk about traveling like a bug. Like, I got over there, I was tired as heck. Like, dang. So I get there, I walk up. Now, no thinking of mine. I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. I walk up, and it's mad dudes sitting on the porch, like all these cats. So I'm looking at the porch. I'm looking back at my little paper I got the address on. I'm looking back at the porch. I'm looking at the paper. I'm like, nah. Looking at the address. Look at the paper. Looking at the porch. I'm like, okay. These dudes that was on the porch, nothing against, nothing at all. They were all flamboyant. They were all, oh, baby, hey, you shit. And I'm like, okay. You know, women have told me in a while back that there are a lot of females that like gay dudes because gay dudes go shopping. They know what to pick out. You know, you could talk to a gay dude. They tell you pretty much everything. You know, you converse and all that. Yeah, they kind of like, you know, they want to be a woman. So, you know, yeah, it's okay. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, all right. Well, maybe she got a lot of gay friends. Let me trip about that. Go up to the door, knock on the door. Yeah, I'm looking for such and such. Okay, 1 second. Runs back in the crib. I'm standing on the porch. I'm looking at these dudes. They all looking at me. And I'm like, what the fuck? I felt like I was in the police station. I was very nervous. So, long story short, the person that came to the door was not the person that I thought I was talking to. Let's just say a fight ensued, and I got away, but barely, because all of his friends wanted to jump on me at the same time. And I don't know if y'all know anything about gay dudes, but them motherfuckers can fight. I don't know what that shit is about, but they can fight.
Because they have to defend themselves. They got to defend themselves all their lives.
That's probably what it is.
Damn, even the flamboyant bitches be tripping.
Bro, yeah, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Now, I bring this story up because Netta said at least it wasn't a dude. Netta, I've been through every situation you could bring up right now. That's why I'm so good on best sex battles, because I can tell y'all what's going on. In my situation right now where I work at,
oh, shit.
I get hit on every single night. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Gator, a.k.a. Jacob, the host of Sex Battles, works at a gay club. Yeah, I do. I'm a bouncer. I'm not gay. I'm not into dude, but I'm a bouncer. Now, my problem is I don't have a problem with them because they don't come at me. There's certain ones that's been there, they know me and whatever. When I have a problem is when somebody hits on me and they take it to a whole nother level. I'm going to talk about this during the after show because I don't think this is for this show. But, yeah, I was really pissed this weekend. Red is laughing because he already knows what I'm talking about. This shit is not funny, dude. Okay, get back to the subject.
Sorry, bro. Hey, you know what though? Hey, I'm not gonna let you go alone. You know we don't swap stories. You know I did the bouncing at the gay club too, but I've never had that shit happen to me.
Ooh. Wait till y'all hear this shit. Okay, now getting back to what we were talking about. Did Chris come back? I thought I heard Chris. Okay, I'm tripping. Anyway. Now, Ron, I heard your story.
Mm-hmm.
I heard what you said about the situation and everything. How long before you jump back in the saddle? Not how long, should I say, what made you jump back in? Like, was it your confidence had to build back up? Was it, what was it? What made you like, okay, now I'm ready?
Well, the first thing I did was pretty much I did the revenge route. I did it. I did the revenge route.
We need a story. No, Ron, we need a story. I need to know what you did because I just got a feeling.
See, I can already tell that's a man who's on my level. That's where I'm at.
Okay, so thank you for that. Basically, what happened after this happened, I went back to the restaurant, and before I went there, I went to the liquor store and bought this big giant bottle of Jameson Irish whiskey because it was either that or tequila, and if I did tequila, somebody would have been dead that night. So I did safer.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here, I'm taking shots of whiskey. I'm literally taking it from the bottles, just swigging and swigging and swigging, and then finally it just hits me. The best way I can even with her is to just play this out and see what happens. See if she'll actually just come out and just tell me. She never did. 5 days passed on, and I'm like, okay, fuck this. It's time to get even. So my best friend decided he was gonna swing through just to see how I was doing because I was having long ass hours at work and everything else. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go take off for a little bit. I got some things I gotta go handle. But he ends up sitting here taking a nap at the house. I end up going into his wallet and swiping his credit card. And then I go to the bar. And I literally start buying rounds for everyone in the bar. There's about 30, 40 people in this place, and I'm figuring, you know what? Let's all get drunk. It's on my best friend's tab. So about a good $2,000 later, yes, $2,000 later,
Wow.
I decided, you know what? I think I'll be right back. And I have them hold on to the card, and I get in my truck and drive back to the house. I wake him up and I say, hey, you want to go out for a drink? He's like, yeah, sure. So we go back to this bar, and he starts taking shots. He starts drinking beers. He's having a grand old time. I listen to a couple of ladies, and he's all schmoozing up with them, and then he pops off somewhere in the middle and says, I got something I got to tell you. I'm like, what? He's like, your wife is possibly cheating on you. I'm like, wow, really? What do you mean? I'm trying to be all the concerned husband. He lays out the whole story about how he's seen her go to this house, and they sit here and they go at it like jackrabbits, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But then he decides to tell me that he may have slept with her while they were drunk.
What?
Like, oh,
wait.
no, that's just not right.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
He may have slept with your wife. That's crazy. Like. Yeah,
he said he may have. He said he was drunk,
wow.
But I don't really buy into that bullshit completely.
For real, I've been super drunk, and I got at least a slight memory.
So after all this guy, so we're basically at this bar after he tells you this for about another 2 or 3 hours. He's dead ass drunk. He literally tries to get off the bar stool, falls and hits his head, and pretty much calms himself to sleep.
Oh,
it's like, okay, I'm gonna take my friend home, and I'll be right back. So I drop him back off at my place. I go back to the bar. I order up another round. By this time, the bar is packed, and I'm like, you know what? Everybody get drunk. It's on my friend. He said it's cool. So we drink some more. And probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock, last calls come through, and it's time to pay the tab and everything else. I say, go ahead and run his card. It's unlimited, which is true because his parents pretty much put about a good $10,000 on his card every single month.
Hell no.
The final bar tab on this was $12,346.37.
To the penny, remember.
I asked for 2 copies of this receipt. One for my own personal preference, and then the other that comes a little bit later. So I end up going there. I stop by this King Supers. I give this dozen roses. I take this dozen roses home along with this receipt. And for some reason my wife had a staple gun, and that apparently that was some crazy thing she did. She likes to apparently staple shit in the walls instead of just using thumbtacks like a normal person. And I literally take the staple gun and I walk over to my drunken, passed out friend, and I stapled the receipt to his chest.
I freaking love it.
Wait a minute. Wait, to his chest?
I love it.
Oh my God.
I stapled it to his chest, and I left a note on it that only my wife would be able to see. So he's passed out, and I pretty much already have had it. I pretty much go in our room. I pack up all my stuff. I throw it in the truck, and I get ready to drive off. Sure, a while later, I get a phone call from my wife, and she's saying, "What the hell happened tonight?" I'm like, "You didn't get the note?" She's like, "No, where's all your stuff, baby?" I'm like, "Maybe you should go and look at my buddy for a minute." So she still has me on the phone. She walks over to the couch. She is talking to the guy. She talks to him. He's like, "What?" And it's like he has no idea what the hell's going on. She looks at his chest and she sees blood and a piece of paper. She tears the paper off.
Oh wow!
And reads the note.
How many staples?
Stop it, Netta. Netta, you evil.
There was 6 staples in there. I wanted to make sure that it was not in there. That it wasn't flopping around in the fan or the dog could basically sit here and take it.
Because I knew right away it wasn't just one staple.
Oh God.
So she takes it off and she looks at it and she sees basically the note that says, "This is your brain." And then later at the bottom is like, "This is your brain on alcohol." She sees the tab, which is where it's written next to. And then at the bottom it says, "This is your brain on alcohol after you find out that your wife is nothing but a cheating fucking whore. Consider this our divorce, and consider this my cut of our separation."
Wow.
She drops the phone and is screaming her head off it. "You fucking idiot. How could you tell him? You weren't supposed to tell him anything." It's like,
wow.
While this is going on, while this was going on, I'm literally sitting in DIA because I'm flying out to LA. So I figured, you know what, I need to get away. I'm going to go visit my mom for a while, and this was the perfect time to. So while this is going on, I got it on speaker, and apparently I'm sitting in a bar in the airport, and it's the only place you can actually smoke. And if you've ever been to Colorado, the snow hits anytime. It's fucking feels like. So it's the middle of June. And all of a sudden, the snow decides it wants to hit now. All right. So I'm sitting here in a bar lighting up a smoke. I got a smoke in the ashtray and a cigar in my mouth. The minute she literally starts screaming, I light up the cigar, so I'm figuring it's coming. So all I hear is this big smack sound. I'm like, oh, shit, she just hit him. And then all of a sudden, he's like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And she shows it to him, and he's like, that fucking son of a bitch. And then the phone just goes dead.
Damn.
That's the revenge. And I enjoyed every fucking minute of it.
Okay. I ain't thinking no shit like that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Ron, composure.
Ron, I'm gonna keep you on my good side.
Excellent.
So you stapled it to his chest.
Yep.
With real staples.
But you know what? You know what it is? Is it's hoes like that that ruin it for the next one. You feel me? Because
I was gonna get to that. Go ahead.
I know. I already told Jacob. I'm not even gonna go into the whole detailed, ridiculous story because this bitch ain't even worth my breath. Okay, but I had some baby mama drama yesterday, right? My man's baby mama is just. I'm sorry, I don't know, you want to be me. I ain't got shit, so it's pretty pathetic you want to be me, but I got what she wants, basically, right? But the thing of it is, today, she called to mom and told his mom that some of those kids, they have 5 children, okay? Mm-hmm. I guess she's told him long ago, but his mom barely just told him today that at least two of those kids are not his. That bitch did ruin some shit for me. You feel me? Like, he's been married twice, right? He was married to this broad, and she does dirty shit like that. Like, I'm trying to get married. You feel me? And not that that's like, you know, it's not gotta happen tomorrow or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm gonna have to wait that much longer, and I would never do some shit like that. You feel me? But he's got this at the back of his head, and I can't even blame him. It's got to affect him. You feel me? Those types of bitches wrote shit for the next one. And the next one.
That's what I was getting to. That's why I asked the question of how long does it take before you jump back in the saddle? Now, Ron, after all of that happened to you, and you went on your little trip, how long after that, like, was it a year, 2 years, did you decide, okay, let me try to get back into this and see what's out there for real? Because she just was a dog, a female dog. I mean, fool. Did I say that out loud? Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all right. You can say it. I that's actually probably the nicest way to say it. In all fairness, I can think of a few other words, but I'm gonna try to sit here.
I was trying to be nice.
I'm trying my hardest to sit here and honestly play nice about it. But it actually took me about 2 years before I could actually get to that point where I could trust a woman completely and fully. And in all fairness, even then, it was one of those things where I was still on my guard. And I honestly,
how could you not be?
Yeah, I mean, it got to that point with me where I had that mentality in my head that, you know, women were always after that one thing, that same thing, and everything else, and it's like it killed me on the inside just to basically know that I'm going through all this madness. I didn't want to have to be in another relationship. I didn't want to deal with another relationship. I just wanted to just live. I just wanted to just go. So, I mean, I did a lot of traveling through that time. I mean, I went back and visited family in Chicago, went back to my hometown. I went to LA, and I went to New York. And it was when I came back to Colorado, this was about 2008, fast forwarding into 2009. And when 2009 came around, the thing that got me the most was that when I went on this non-dating site, and met this girl via her sister, because I met her sister first, and then apparently she decided that she wanted to start talking to me, and we kind of hit it off and everything else. But I was in a kind of on-again, off-again relationship at the time, and she was engaged, and she was looking for a friend, and I wasn't in the mood to jump back into it. But when it happened, I turned around and we decided, okay, well, let's meet up. Well, the first time I met her was, shockingly enough, and Chris probably sat here and will laugh his ass off about it, it was in a Walmart. I actually met her in the actual kids section because her little brother and her nephew were over in the kids section, sitting here throwing these giant bouncy balls at pretty much everybody who was literally walking around. They were having jackass moments, so to speak. But she was all worried that, you know, as I'm seeing this, and I would just run the other direction, be like, nope, I don't know her. I don't know what she's talking about. But we started talking some more, and we realized we had a lot in common. We became really close friends, and we were pretty much confiding each other about how much our relationship sucked. And when she came back, we were still friends, but we were kind of friends that were just kind of just sleeping together, but we weren't like in a relationship or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was only when summer came around and I was ready to get out of my relationship, because I went from having a cheating wife to having an abusive girlfriend. And once I was ready to get out of it, I called her and I'm like, can you come and get me? Can you come and pick me up? So literally about a half hour later, I'm getting my bags packed again, and I'm pretty much running and sprinting out of this house. She shows up in her mom's truck. I throw my bags in there. We drive off. We spend the whole evening together, just curled up in each other's arms, having a great time together. And then all of a sudden, the walls, the doors, the locks, it just vanished. I felt safer than I had ever been in years.
Wow.
And I gave it all to her. I gave all this to this woman, and even then, she still did not want an actual relationship then. But then I fly out to my family reunion. I come back. We had a little disagreement. We stopped talking for a little while. I buzz her again. I apologized to her, and then all of a sudden we started hanging out some more. And then when the end of the summer comes around, she literally said that she kind of dropped a bombshell on me that during one of our last little encounters, she had ended up getting pregnant and then having a miscarriage, and she was expecting me just to like jump for joy or whatever the case may be. And I literally ran to her and I just held her in my arms for that entire time, and then all of a sudden, her walls came down, her doors opened, her locks literally broke and just got decimated. And then all of a sudden, she and I found ourselves as a couple, even if we didn't give ourselves the exclusive title. And then, bam, we became this couple and been in love and fighting and fussing and laughing and then being happy. And that was the start of pretty much what I am right now. And that is one happy husband to a very, very strong-willed wife.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what we're talking about on Sex Battles. We're talking about when to start over again. Starting over, beginning anew. Okay, this has came up on plenty of our shows. Anybody could jump in on this. Somebody brought it up to me again. yesterday. What time is it? Yeah, it's yesterday now.
Not here.
Not here.
This here.
Would you jump back into a relationship with a ex? I always say that exes are exes for a reason.
Exactly.
I always say there's a reason that you and your ex are not together. That's the reason you should not be back with that person.
Exactly.
Somebody argue me down.
Not all relationships end on bad terms.
That's true.
Just because that's your ex doesn't mean nothing, because not all relationships end bad. Now, if you go from an abusive relationship and then you get back in that, then, you kind of get what you deserve, because, there was the reason why you should have left, because, he or she is beating on you. But if y'all just at that point where it's two different paths of life, and, you can't, get it right, and y'all agreed to, separate, and then if the opportunity presents itself again and you get back with an old girlfriend, I think that's just okay. I think that's okay. Y'all are somewhere totally different in life. And
I just feel like if you're gonna get back together, why not stick it out and work it out while y'all together?
Together, exactly.
And get through it instead of leaving. And then once I leave and we close this book, we don't need to open it back up. But if you're telling me you're willing to try, and you want me to try with you, then I'm staying, and we're going to figure it out. But don't close it and then expect to come back in my life.
Well,
some people stick it out, but then some people need to not be with people to understand.
Fresh, you don't get it. Queen just said, shut up and close the door and walk away.
That's actually, Stockman, that's the smartest thing to do. That is actually the smartest thing to do.
Some people close doors, some people leave doors open. Everybody ain't the same person.
That's true.
My ex, I'm the type of girl, like, I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to keep on trying. So by the time I leave, it's already a dead issue.
It's official, exactly.
I'm already like, tired. My last ex, it took me 6 years to get rid of that fool. And he ain't going nowhere. He got my name tatted after we broke up. Stop it, okay? Knock it off. If I can't.
There's only three things I want to say to all my exes. Fuck you all. Just fuck you all.
In all fairness, but it's true. It actually does make a lot of sense. They're called exes for a reason. But the biggest problem with them is that there's always those old feelings. There's always those feelings that basically you're sitting here thinking, maybe that's the best I'm going to get, and that's what most people usually end up having. And I honestly feel bad because I went down that road. It's like there was a lot of exes that I should not have gone back to, that I literally ended up going. And Queen's right. Once you're done, shut that door, lock it up, bury it 6 feet under, and set that sumbitch on fire, because that's basically what it's going to come down to. You don't want to ever sit there and leave that opportunity opened that they could basically just race back in there.
Right. What I was telling my brother's in prison. My brother's been in prison for 7 years. Now, this girl was in love with him when he was out of prison. She was in love with him. They were always together. They stopped talking. He went to prison. Now she just came back in. And, of course, she said, yeah, I love you and I want to be with you. But what she did is she didn't let her actions catch up to her emotions. Yeah, emotionally, she can say, yes, I want to be with you, because she was in love with him when he was out, but her actions haven't caught up with the fact that he's in prison now is not the same as it was when he was out on the street. Mm-hmm. So can you handle being with him now that he's in prison and you can't touch him like he was in the street? And she couldn't, because her actions didn't catch up with her emotions, so she ended up hurting his feelings. That's why I told her, if you don't want to deal with him, don't deal with him. I know you love him, but everybody can't handle that prison life.
Nope.
They sure can.
Yeah. It's hard, and I'm sure a couple of the women in here can tell you that.
It sure is.
I'm even thinking about long-distance relationships. everybody ain't cut out for long distance relationships.
Mm-hmm. But see,
I'm not knocking it, but
that prison relationship is completely. It's so much harder than just a long distance relationship because a long distance relationship, you could pick up the phone and talk to that person whenever you want. In prison, you get that little bit of time here and there, and that's if you're lucky. You feel me? You don't get it like that. So
my baby father left me when I was seven months pregnant and went to prison. And for a while, I was one of them, like, I'm here no matter what. And every time I turned around, I'm bumping into somebody that think they his baby mama, their children is the same age as my son, and they getting blood tests.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm still getting hurt, and you're behind bars. So I'm sitting here sacrificing, depriving my son of a father figure physically in his life for my emotions. And I couldn't do that because my son's emotions was way more important than mine. And I told him I could sit here until I'm blue in my face and say that I love you, but will I wait until my son is 25 years old to be able to physically have his father in his life? No. You're just going to have to accept that I'm not out here looking for nobody. I'm not out here shaking my tail on everybody. But if a man comes in and he's able to provide that father figure thing that my son needs in his life, I'm not going to block him out of it because my son deserves more than that.
And he shouldn't expect any. I mean, if my dude always told me if he was in there because my dude was in prison too. If he was in there for any amount of time, he wouldn't even expect that. I don't know that I wouldn't be. I say what I would do in that situation.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, like I said, mine's got life.
I couldn't.
We've been together 4.5 years, as in a relationship wise. And
do you have other family members in prison?
No.
Yeah, see, that was for me. Like my son, his uncle is in prison too, and I had to stop the pattern somewhere. Like, who's to say if my son witnessed this and then my son ends up in prison? Like, I had to stop it somewhere.
Yeah.
You already see your uncle in prison. Now you see your daddy. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, my husband was with the wrong with somebody and got caught up in a charge.
Right.
He had never been in trouble a day in his life for anything and got caught up.
Right. Wow.
We talk about real life issues, real life situations all the time on Sex Battles. Join us. All you got to do is call 760-569-7676. The code is 200446. Press the pound key. Make sure you press the pound key or you will not get into the conference. Like they said, it'll just hang up on you. So you don't want that to happen. Also, make sure you check out our Facebook page, Sex Battles. That's on Facebook. We got plenty of likes. We well into going to 300 right now. Appreciate everybody, all the love. And check us out on Twitter at WCC Live. That's at WCC Live. We talk about stuff like this all the time. Before we get out of here, there might be somebody who's sitting out, listening to us right now, who's scared to jump back into the saddle, scared to get back into the situation because, like Ron said, you've been hurt so many times and you done went through some major stuff. Is there anything you can say to them, anyone can answer this, that will kind of uplift them more? Anyone?
For starters,
can't be scared, man.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, man, you can't be scared. Love is a game of chance, man. It's gambling. It's just like going to the casino. Sometimes you're gonna hit it big, and sometimes you're gonna crap out. But that shouldn't scare you away from spending your money in here, because it's just life. There's ups and downs.
I got two little pieces of advice. One from my hoe ass ex-roommate. So here's some hoe advice. Here's some hoe advice if you want your whole life. The best way to get someone is to get under someone. That was from them.
Really?
For me,
damn,
not so much.
Shit.
Who's you winning?
I say I'm with. Take a chance. Give your heart again. See what happens. But take it slow. Do what's best for you.
Right. Because, hey, you never know. You might miss out on the best thing that hasn't happened to you yet.
Exactly.
Right. Don't miss out on fresh.
Stop putting yourself out there no more.
Huh? I'm not putting myself out there. I'm just saying, I may change your life. You never know.
Okay. Might as well say get mine in. It's actually something I learned during my little time in the military. The best advice I can give